Hello, everybody. Happy Friday evening. I hope everyone is having a great start to their weekend. This is a surprise live stream, and I've got a little bit of a funny story to share about this because this is actually take two, and I had to put the other one on private because a funny story, funny blind moment story here for that. So I'm going to plug that in a little bit later. But for right now, I want to greet everyone and say hello. My name is Cindy. If in case you are new here, I would absolutely love it if you guys could participate in more of the blind community chats. So if you can join for the live chat here, great. But if not, you can still participate by commenting in the section below if you're watching this on the replay. And if you don't feel confident in doing that, or if you're watching this kind of podcast style, excuse me, sorry, just ate dinner. It's a little rude. If you're watching this podcast style, my friends, please, you're welcome to just put a pin in this and know that you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, of course, TikTok, and here on YouTube. Anytime you can send me a message or post on any other thing if you have any questions on anything that I covered on this video or on others. So yeah, that's how you can contribute if you can't at this point live. Today's agenda, I'm going to, like I said in the first attempt of this live stream, I really wanted to just kind of open the community up to talk about our presence on social media, how we participate, how I myself and others as content creators post content, and what are some of the tips and tricks as far as accessibility goes, and what platform I personally, in my experience, find to be the most accessible, and vice versa. And if anyone absolutely has any questions, you're more than welcome to put them in the live chat or in the comment section down below for anyone watching on the replay. Real quick, we are going to be transitioning, at least we as in my schedule, will be transitioning from the summer chaos madness into the academic school year, hopefully starting in August. So my hope and plan is to get back to that good schedule we started earlier this year, where I would be doing these live streams probably still over the lunch hour time frame, Eastern Standard Time, and that would be done on Tuesdays and or Thursdays. So stay tuned for that. And if you would like to be a guest on future blind community chats, send me a message as well, and I would be happy to interview you to add you and your perspective and experiences to the disability community and or the blind community perspective, and represent the vast community that we have. All right, so I'm going to jump over here into the chat to see if anybody is with me this evening. Again, I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so it's about 6:30. We just finished dinner here, and so I'm just going to chat over here and see who is with me. Let's see, if you are, give me a hello. Tell me how you're doing. What's the weather like? What you up to? Are you on the spectrum of blindness, or do you have a different disability? I'd love to see you guys. Let's see, we got a comment over here. Let's see. Oh, hello there. How are you? I don't recognize your handle. Are you a new user? Let's see, this is Peter. Hi, Peter. Welcome, Peter. Are you on the spectrum of blindness, or do you have a different disability, or are you just kind of hanging out for the live chat? I also definitely always welcomes allies, disabled allies in on these streams. I have a lot of followers that are actually spouses and or parents that have family members that are visually impaired, or friends or colleagues. And so as allies, they want to make sure that they are doing their due diligence and supporting their loved ones and colleagues as much as they can. And I get a lot of questions from their perspective as well. So those people are also always welcome in these conversations and blind community chats. It's not like we're gatekeeping or anything like that, okay? So if anyone doesn't have any questions in the chat to start us off as far as how us in the blind community participates in on social media and such, then I'll go ahead and just kind of start into my spiel and kind of I figured I would break today's conversation into certain platforms. So I'll probably start here on YouTube, then go to TikTok, followed by Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and so on. Just we'll see how far down the line we go. Oh, looks like we've got somebody else here. Let's see. Got to scroll in super big to see when I go on live streams to see the chat. Let me see. Make sure, let me know if you guys can hear me okay too. Is this Stormy? Oh, hi, Stormy Clay. How are you? Let's see. Hi there. I'm good. Oh, sorry, my screen reader just went wonky on me. Now I lost your comment. Oh, wow. Look at all these chats coming in now, you guys. Okay, guys, I'm just going to get into here. Hi, Peter. Let's see. I'm just just reading the. Oh, who? Let's see, Jonathan. Hey, how are or Jordan? Hi, Jordan. It's really good to catch you. How's it going? He says, "Let's get this party started." Yes, sir. So, if you're just now joining, it looks like we've got several people just kind of popping in as we speak right now. So, just to recap, I'm going to be speaking about our social media and how we can participate, how we can add content that helps the community and such on various platforms, which ones I find more accessible and vice versa. And if you all have any questions, you're welcome to pose any questions as well. I have really been I feel like I've learned so much in the past 2 years that I've really gotten involved and dug in deep on my studies of algorithms, SEO, and all that good stuff. As far as social media platforms go, they're all slightly different, but I don't want to come at it from a content creator standpoint, but just how we can get more involved as a blind community in on social media so that we can all join in efforts to advocate for each other, to help spread awareness, to help just let everybody know that hey, we're here, we have needs, we don't want to have to constantly unfortunately resort to lawsuits and legal means to get people to do the right things by making things accessible to our community, and part of it is just making our voices heard as much as we can. I feel like there's a lot of things that we can do, and this is one of them, to just really kind of keep reminding, keep holding people accountable on in the digital world. And so this is what today's conversation is going to be about, just empowering you guys and giving you all some tips and tricks on how you can engage more on social media so that you can find a support community, or just find just helpful tips and tricks that will, yeah, make your life a little easier. Let's see. I'm gonna, oh, I think that's why my screen reader wasn't working. I don't have my sound turned on, y'all. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Can y'all still hear me?
I feel the same. I feel that the years that I've been on my YouTube channel, I've made a difference, and I'm actually now on TikTok.
Yay, you're now on TikTok. Good. Yes. That's something that I absolutely loved. One of the benefits when I got involved on social media was it really did give me that sense of, yeah, okay, my needs are being heard, or people are relating, or oh, I'm not alone in this, or I'm not trying to be out, I don't want to necessarily inspire non-disabled individuals. That's not my goal, but I would love to be that inspiration for my fellow blind moms or my fellow blind parents or disabled parents or just anyone in the disability community to, who's wanting to go out and get that big bad career job. I've been in corporate world for 10 years. I've lived out of the country. I've done so many things. I feel like I have a lot to contribute, and starting this whole journey has really um, fed that I don't know, hole in my heart where when I had to quit my career job to start my family, I left that it left this hole of service in my heart, and this has kind of been that beautiful way that I can provide some hopefully helpful knowledge and gold nuggets for you guys. So I totally agree with that, Jordan. Um, so what is your? I'm going to start off with what is your all's favorite social media platform? What is your all's favorite social media platform?
Live viewer comments show up on StreamYard. This is an StreamYard logo. StreamYard.
Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on y'all's
Hi there.
comments.
I'm blessed. Legally blind due to glaucoma and macular degeneration.
Legally blind due to glaucoma and macular degeneration. This is Stormy. Hey, yeah, macular degeneration is actually really close to what I have, which is Stargardt's disease. So I have zero central vision, and mine has progressed pretty advanced. So it's now taking out some of my peripheral, I feel like. But macular degeneration and glaucoma. Yeah, glaucoma, I believe, is the #1 cause of blindness, in case anybody did not know that little trivia.
Hi there. I'm blessed. StreamYard logo. StreamYard logo.
I am
Blind community
glad
on social
also
media
that you
edit and
feel
broadcast to get missing.
blessed.
Jordan Mahoney, The Blind World. StreamYard Jordan Mahoney, The Blind World. Surprise, Cindy.
Hey, surprise. What was that surprise,
StreamYard
Jordan?
logo. Blind community on StreamYard logo. StreamYard logo. StreamYard logo. Blind community on social media. I feel the same. I feel that the years that I've been on my YouTube channel.
I'm trying to get caught up to all these comments.
StreamYard logo. Blind community. StreamYard logo.
But
Blind
my
community.
screen reader doesn't want to read some of them.
StreamYard logo. Blind community on social media edit and broadcast to get missing image description. Play.
Okay. All right. Well, so I am going to check and see. Well, let's see. Well, let's see who answered my question. Whose favorite platform? Let's see. I don't see any platforms yet. TikTok. I see TikTok from Stormy. So ironically, TikTok has also become my favorite, but there is a caveat there that I'm going to jump into. So why don't we just go ahead and start with TikTok? So I have not yet been on TikTok for a year. I started last probably October, November on TikTok, and I'm probably, I don't know, I have like 2,800, 2,900 or so followers on there. So if you're not following me on TikTok, hey, show some love there to me, folks. And I certainly try to follow everyone that I can um, back and support each other. So here's the thing. So if you aren't as familiar with TikTok, or if you are, you probably know this, that we in the community typically do not find that platform the most accessible. However, because of the format of the short video format, and because majority of the content is kind of a talking head type of content, that seems to be the social media kind of formula, or I guess you could say template that we really enjoy and respond to the most. I mean, you can have your video completely blacked out in a dark room and you just hear someone's voice, and that's fine. It's completely adequate. A lot of the videos I watch are actually just that. You don't have to look your most gorgeous on there. It's a totally different vibe and way of creating content on TikTok. I was blown away at just how different the participation, the etiquette, the rules of engagement, I guess you could say, is on TikTok versus YouTube. It's a lot faster paced on TikTok, and that just kind of lends itself to the short form video. And how so despite that though, there's a large blind community on TikTok. If you are looking to connect with people, that's where you do it. A blind community, the all you got to do is search hashtag blind talk, not TALK. The hashtag is TOK, blind TOK, blind talk. That's a hashtag you want to kind of get linked in with on TikTok, as well as hashtag legally blind is also a big one. Blind community, hashtag what else? Low vision is also a big hashtag, so that when you get on that platform, just that they've changed their layout just a bit recently. And if you're a screen reader, again, you're going to hate TikTok, because that's where the majority of their inaccessibility kind of comes into play. They're just not accessible as screen readers. You'll find that when you poke around on the screen with the screen reader, it'll just give you a bunch of numbers a lot of the times. And I think the search button and filter button and all of that stuff does not have adequate alt text to that read the screen, allowing the screen reader to read what those buttons are, if that makes sense. But when you're on the For Use tab, the far left bottom menu button, that's your For You kind of feed, if you will. And when you're there, the very opposite adjacent corner, the top right, that's the hourglass kind of icon. And if your screen reader's on, again, you're probably going to hear a bunch of numbers, but double click that and that's going to take you to the search. And there you can actually select if you want to search people, content, or topic, or hashtags. Go and search lives that are currently live. And you can go to the hashtags right there, and that's probably the easiest way to really tune in and dial into the blind community on TikTok. You can hit that filter button once you've done your search and you have your results. Hit that filter button, select time frame. That way, that kind of filters out some of the viral videos that are probably 4 years old or something. And there's no guarantee that that creator is even creating content on that account anymore. So to get the most relevant, in the know, up to date posts from, you can select your time frame for your results and the filters. Like you can select, if you're searching, for example, blind talk, the TOK hashtag, you can select a filter for the last 7 days, or the last 24 hours, or 48 hours, or the last month. And that's going to give you tons of results of just people specifically hashtagging content for that community. So that goes across the board, whatever subject or whatever community you are trying to dial into. So that's TikTok. If you are a content creator and you're trying to go live on TikTok, it is a nightmare. It's very tricky. It can be quite frustrating. I always think it's a CF every time I go live on TikTok, because I've got my screen reader on, trying to read comments, it doesn't work. It skips a lot of comments and such, and it's just not very intuitive nor accessible. So that's TikTok. Despite how inaccessible the community seems to find it, we're preaching, but TikTok continues to roll out new changes and new features instead of fixing the ones they have in place. That's a big pet peeve of mine. Instead of making accessible, the things they already have, they keep rolling out new things and continuing on being inaccessible and not being fully inclusive. But, hey, we're still on the platform. We're still participating and connecting there. So TikTok is where it's at, y'all. You're going to get a lot of your questions answered there in a fun video format that everyone can participate in. And it doesn't matter if you're just showing your nose. I see tons of videos on there where it's just people's noses or it's just their forehead or what have you. And that's okay, because we all get it in the community. And if you are hashtagging it correctly, that's your peoples who are going to get it are going to probably be the ones that see it. And that's all right. So there's TikTok. If you have any further questions regarding TikTok, if you would like me to I am not a tech channel here on YouTube, but if anybody does want just kind of a little bit more of a breakdown tutorial of TikTok, I don't mind doing a little screen sharing kind of video where I can walk you through my processes on that specific platform and what some tips specifically that I use on that platform to help you either get more involved, join in, participate with your own content creation, uh, and or just finding your peoples on there. But let me know in the comment section if that's something you are interested in diving in more on. I'm going to get into the chat over here and see what y'all have
Hey,
going.
story, do you want to be friends on YouTube? Because I am actually visually impaired autistic and my condition is brought on because of her enough, I think.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, guys, if you want me to follow you, if you have a YouTube channel, when this live stream is over, I kind of lose the chats. I don't know why. So when people plug or I see your handle here in the chat, I don't always remember after to go back and look your all's YouTube channels up and follow you and support you. So put a comment section once this video ends here in about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so ago in the future maybe, try to come back to this video, leave a comment, say, hey, I would love for you to do a little follow and support kind of thing, and that will clue me in that, hey, yes, I will go visit your channel and do my best to support you in every way that I
Hey,
can.
sorry, do you want to be friends on YouTube? Because I am actually visually impaired autistic and my condition is brought on because of.
And I find it very interesting because I actually know a lot of people in the autistic community that are visually impaired as well, but because the diagnosis of autism is seen as more of the primary diagnosis, their secondary diagnoses, being the sensory impairments visually, are typically overlooked. And that's such a shame because oftentimes it seems to be the sensory impairment that needs every bit as much of attention and teaching of adaptations and accessibility and such as being on the autism spectrum. So nice to meet you, my friend. Thank you for joining.
There is a huge client following on Twitter, so that's my answer.
Yeah, so speaking about Twitter, okay.
For me, it is Twitter.
That is so interesting that you like Twitter. I'm
Story click.
gonna have to come back to that.
Blank.
I
logo.
am
community on
not
social media, edit and broadcast.
a
To get missing image description.
huge fan of
StreamYard
Twitter.
logo. Blind community. StreamYard logo. Blind community on social. StreamYard logo. Blind community. StreamYard logo. Blind community on social media, edit and broad. StreamYard logo. Blind community on social media, edit and broadcast to get missing image descriptions.
Well,
Open the context
why
menu.
is it
See
reading
blind
that
with Sydney
part?
Jordan Mahoney, the blind world for me. StreamYard logo. Blind community. Oh, nothing. It's a quote from Scary Movie, and the main character, her name is Cindy, and she's played by my favorite actress, Anna Faris.
Oh, that's so cool. That reminds me, I'm going to actually do another blind community chat on this about blind and visually impaired actors and actresses represented in movies and TV shows. Because I have actually seen a couple of things here recently that I'm like, yeah, okay, finally, they did it right. They actually hired a blind and visually impaired actor or actress to fill a visually impaired role, and it was so refreshing to actually, it's funny, sometimes you actually have to Google it. I feel like I'm now like getting to this obsessive part of my TV watching days that I want to Google any blind visually impaired role that I see to make sure that it is, they've not just hired like a coach or someone to coach them in being visually impaired, but they have actually hired someone on the spectrum of blindness.
Thank you for all you do. Greatly appreciate it.
Oh, of course. I so appreciate that, Stormy. Thank you for that feedback. All right, so you all were speaking about Twitter earlier. I am not as active on Twitter, and I find that I believe it is the case of just not being able to dial into my community on Twitter yet and really create and find like that social circle that I connect with. A lot of what I see on Twitter, there's a lot of blind gamers on Twitter. There's a lot of podcasters on Twitter, which is great. Um, and I definitely do my best to get on there and support them and read their content when I can. It's just, it's like, a lot of us content creators, sometimes we can't be present on every platform, unfortunately. And the two that are my least active ones are Twitter and Instagram. And a lot of it is with Twitter, I really, really appreciate it, but at times it's like I get frustrated because you have to keep your responses or your tweets at a very minimal amounts. Like you can't write a whole lot, kind of thing. I feel like I always go over the allotted space for text. I'm a talker, y'all. Can you tell? And with Twitter, yeah, I just have not quite found the blind community to be really large and very engaging on Twitter. I don't really get a lot of like back and forth type of kind of sort of conversational type of engagement on that platform. So it just hasn't quite pulled me to it. And that could change in the future. Like I said, it could be just that I have not yet dialed into the algorithm enough on Twitter to really connect with the people that we both relate to each other, and we are just forming our own circle and community on that platform. That could be the reason why. uh, but yeah, I mean, I spent like a good hour on Twitter this morning, ironically, and I try to dial in about once a week, if that, and just read notifications and things like that because it's just I'm pulled in so many other directions. Um, but now that I know that you guys prefer Twitter, since you all are shouting that one out so much, I'm gonna have to maybe double down on Twitter because I think I only have like maybe just slightly over 100 followers on Twitter. I don't have a. It's just again, that's just I don't know. It seems to be not my strong
There is a huge client following on Twitter, so that's my answer.
platform. Yeah. And it's so funny. I know a lot of businesses, a lot of blind entrepreneurs, a lot of yeah, just like businesses that serve the community on there. I find all them, but again, not quite the most engaging people.
StreamYard logo. Blind community
Okay,
on
let's
social media.
see.
There is a huge client following on Twitter.
Oh, I got that.
Oh, nothing. It's a quote from Scary Movie, and the main character, her name is Cynth. Thank you for all you do. Greatly appreciated.
I'm trying to make sure I'm caught up
On
with.
Jack Sunday, I was trying to find you on TikTok. StreamYard logo.
Oh,
Blind
really?
community on social media
So
and
you
broadcast
might
fitness
be
image
able
descriptions.
to, if you're wanting to find me on TikTok. So down below tell you what, in the um, description box for this live stream, you'll find my link tree website. And my link tree is posted on my Twitter page, posted on my Instagrams, posted on Facebook. It's my link tree is kind of the hub where all my links are located. And on Linktree, there should be a TikTok link. And if you can follow it there to find me on TikTok, or if you're on TikTok, you can go to the search icon on the top right, and you can either search by people and search Seeing Blind, or I'm trying to think, you could probably search by hashtag Seeing Blind, though I don't use that very often. But if you have any trouble finding me in the future, again, comment. If you go after this live stream's over, if you go and comment, leave a comment for this video after we're done here, your social media handles, if you don't have a YouTube channel, or if you have a YouTube channel and other social media handles, just put them all there, y'all, and I will do my best to kind of create a follow train here, y'all. And I love connecting with people across all platforms because, like I said, some days I'm on Instagram, some days I'm on Twitter, some days I'm like right now I'm on YouTube today, some days I'm most of the time every night I'm on TikTok. Not consuming, not necessarily always content creating, but consuming on TikTok. That's like my before I go to bed, before I turn my audiobook on sort of routine. But yeah, put all that in the comment section, y'all, after I finish today's live stream, and I would be more than happy. And we can all kind of connect together that way, if we can. So let's move on to another platform, Facebook. Facebook is the one that I find most accessible, but a lot of things are also a needle in a haystack. So much out there in the world of Facebook and by extension, Instagram. Um, Facebook, I do have a Facebook fan page. I'd love to see you guys there. I would love to get some more likes and follows there. Again, that's another one that's kind of struggling because, people will look at posts that I have and I'll get, engagement on posts and such, but they forget to go to that fan page and like and follow there as well. So Facebook, though, I absolutely highly recommend if you are looking for community, that's where it's at. Go to the search at the search bar at the top on Facebook, search groups for anything. It could be the biggest one that I think that I'm a part of is blind and visually impaired. I think it's I don't know, there's several of them. There's blind and visually impaired persons, there's blind and visually impaired people, there's blind and visually impaired support. And all of those, I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands of people there, lots and lots of content and posts to pull from, to search individually, within the groups on, so you can see past discussions and threads. Um, Lots of people posting great valuable tips and resources and things on there. So Facebook is definitely where I would highly recommend anyone go to start, to build your community, to find references, latest articles, things. I mean, everyone is so great in these groups of sharing these sharing knowledge and tagging and reposting and sharing and all that stuff on Facebook. Um, you can go as specific as you want. I'm part of groups as broad as possible, all the way down to like retinal eye conditions, down all the way to my specific diagnosis of Stargardt's disease. There's lots of great macular degeneration groups. There's Macular Degeneration MD. Something I think macular degeneration explained. Anyway, lots of helpful groups. Sorry about that. And then so that's really Facebook group. Facebook groups and such. I don't really do a whole lot of lives on Facebook, though. That is my next kind of go-to kind of thing. Something I'm looking forward to starting, hopefully, this next fall, is starting to do lives on Facebook. I'm currently only doing lives on YouTube and TikTok. So look for that development in the future. Hopefully, I don't spread myself too thin. Do you all have any questions about Facebook before we move on? Let's see. Let me make sure I catch up here. Let's see. Glad you're still with me, Stormy.
The blind world. StreamYard logo. Blank. I want an Amazon gift card from Blind to Billionaire, and I was excited when him and Corey, his wife, announced my name.
Oh, yay! You won that from Blind to Billionaire. I love him. His name's Matt, too, also, I believe. That's great that you won. I have also won something from them. It was a while back ago.
StreamYard logo. Blind community on. StreamYard Jordan Mahoney, the blind world.
Okay, so I'm going to continue on, and let's do, how about Instagram, and just kind of continue on with that meta track there. So Instagram, again, not my most favorite platform simply because it is a little bit more visual for me. I do tend to get a little frustrated. Stories that aren't audible have no audio description, and just I don't know that the whole stories tray I have always kind of found to be a little bit confusing and just not as engaging for me as a blind individual. Reels, of course, tend to be a lot like TikTok for me. So there's not a whole lot of difference in the Reels feature on Instagram than TikTok. Kind of feels the same. Oftentimes it's the same sound, same videos anyway. A lot of people will recycle their content across those. They'll upload their shorts on YouTube, upload it on TikTok, and upload it on Instagram. So usually I always end up seeing it a couple times. But as far as Instagram goes, all the way around, not enough people really use the alt text feature of accessibility in their posts to make it completely, I guess, accessible for me. And so thus, there's times I get those moments of frustration. I'm lost. I don't know what this post is about. Um, and my screen reader isn't able to read or show what the image is, and so again I'm left like, okay, just pass that over. Sorry. My phone keeps ringing, but anyway, guys, so that's Instagram. Again, I would love to see you guys follow me. I am picking up more on Instagram. If anyone is on Instagram and a lot, you've probably started to see a little bit more activity from me here lately. And that is why it's been my goal this year to show that account and content more love, because a lot of people do only prefer certain social media platforms more so than others. And that's why I'm trying to do my best to cross platforms as much as possible so that I catch everybody on the platform that they prefer. And it may not be my strongest platform, but hopefully I'm still able to provide some value, content, and community and in place for everyone to connect. Um, and then let's see what else. I am not on Twitch. Twitch is up and coming though. I know it's big in the blind gamer community. Twitch though is just something that, again, I've had to draw the line somewhere. So I do not have a Twitch account. Probably won't be diving into that. Um, and then I think I've pretty much covered the majority of them. Here is a little tip that regarding hashtags, and this is across the board, my friends. If you are ever putting in a hashtag, screen readers will read it all as one word and will never sometimes just jumble up the pronunciation in a way that you can't really identify what that hashtag is. So what you need to do, guys, is just remember, put a capital letter before each word, and that will tell our screen readers to separate the words and read it correctly. So like, for example, blind mom, legally blind, blind tips. You want to capitalize the letter of each word to make the hashtags more accessible. All right, any other questions before I call it an evening? If you're watching this on the replay, again, feel free to comment, drop a question down below. I'll do my best to get to it.
I miss him because he's always doing content on the stimulus check. There's nothing wrong with that. He's into that, but just I wish he'd go back to flying content. I really would.
Yes, I hear you. From blind to billionaire, Matt. Yeah, he kind of lost me on the whole Social Security stimulus series that he was doing, and I agree. I kind of wish he did do a little bit more content for our community, because yeah, it seems like every time I've dialed into him, it's stuff that is not quite on my radar.
I miss him because he's always doing content on the stimulus.
All right. Well, my friends, if that's it, I'm going to stop it there. It was so great to chat with you guys. I look forward to you guys chatting more in the future on some live streams, hopefully during lunchtime on Tuesdays and or Thursdays coming up in the next few weeks. And I appreciate you all joining me. Remember to hit that subscribe button for me and the notification bell if you have not already. And now that I'm getting ready to close out this live stream, comment down below if you're looking for any follows or supports on your social media journey, and I'd be happy to show some love your way as well. All right, my friends, y'all have an excellent evening, and I'll catch you in the next video. Blessings to you.